My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportunity.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something.
I see. Thank you so much.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss.
All right. Thank you.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new commission?
You two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest. Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering. So please also take a chance to relax.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a. Paimon knows that. It's not like Paimon just.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation. Oh, hey, Kachina! Wow, so we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary. Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natlan not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders. No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. But we'd need to forge an ancient name to him. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's a problem. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset, after all.
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's sparing glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors we forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name. But they were all performed outside of Natlan, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as now only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab, even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create.
Seems the Wyab don't want just any.
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone, yet she's still entrusted the task of.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the
Ugh, don't remind me. let's just, focus on how we can pull the...
You mean you're already willing—
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the... If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan. In other words, the order is an
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's—
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone— I don't know. That requires a level— We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient— A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm unsure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be— I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and—
I hate to break it to you, but—
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed—
Well, yeah, at the cost of her spirit speakers.
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the— I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good—
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kaniche is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things. Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the statue of—
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kaniche. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with it. Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler—
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us.
See, Lolly knows him.
Given how the Masters of the Night Wind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange— I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one—
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lolly could be the first one to notice Auroran's—
Huh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Auroran?
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway to make up for—
This is a pretty well thought out plan. As expected of Molly Pope. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to— Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in—
Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have, bad news. Seat Lolly did not reply to our request. Although, I suppose I'm not—
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kaniche a response?
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the master— But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. if we do get a chance to talk to her,
That's true. Let's go! Paimon doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under...
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't. If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? See, Lolly.
Wait, you're Seat Lolly?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny. You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned... Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry.
What? How dare you?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you. Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more in...
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so serious. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already... But, of course... It's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I...
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just...
When the Masters of the Night Wind said they struggled dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual.
Anyway, she...
Correct. The situation isn't...
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander, and you've also heard all about Auroron.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you...
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves, O weary yet free soul. Even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your... Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the Traveler gonna be okay?
Shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still... It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyatt?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyatt of the tribes.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently... But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to...
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. Oh, I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to... He has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him...
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising... That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone... In any case. Well, I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this...
You can count on us!
All right, then let's start by heading to... This is an eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some... I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get... I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps... however, I doubt anyone would believe me.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kind of...
Auroron? Well... He was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friend... Oh well, let's keep looking. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time. And since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail?
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things. Here. Huh? How about now?
What do you see? Whoa, Paimon can see it now.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll...
Wow, you can even share your senses with...
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron. What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go... But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns, or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right?
Huh? Was that St. Lolly's voice?
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found... Oh? They appear to be feeling quite...
Yeah? Judging by Paimon's experience...
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. We've got to find him. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have... no. I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well.
There are traces of people staying here too!
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other element.
And each told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs, judging from what's left on the scene. There must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their...
Do you still remember the little mark we found before?
Given there are 2 signals leading from here, we should split up as well. I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Roran, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but...
And off she goes! Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried... So you were thinking the same thing! Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could She did say that she was quite adept at this spell. And it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Maybe we're a special... If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints... Did you find something? So we can't tell. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he was...
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath. I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroran, the one you've been searching for. The Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. His soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my...
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom. I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meet. I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to...
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret.
Hey, why are you sitting on the...
See, Lolly! He froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground!
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry, we can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help, but had I known...
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to, exercise.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. In any case, let's take... Need to be more careful.
Feeling better yet, Travel?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have...
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. But if you want to make it up to me...
Huh? I don't think she sees...
That's Auroron.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun. Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must be
Huh? Okay, Mr.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? On my count. Auroron!
Yes. Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird.
And greetings to you too, Gramps.
What did you just call it?
Gramps? Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to...
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like...
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine. Given how hard those...
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just, Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding? Or... Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid?
Be wary of beasts prowling around. Scammers look...
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know.
I'm sorry, Granny.
Next time? Oh, good one. They didn't hurt.
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay. Now answer me honestly. Were you...
Yes.
So why did you...
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey! I'm no ordinary Granny! Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the god... Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the... Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality...
I'm sorry.
Forget. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of... Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect...
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown... Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce and...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that.
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were...
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh.
I see. So Auroron came to...
That's right.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of...
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Lolly is willing to serve as your guarantor...
Sure. I'd be happy to do that.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron!
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too.
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started.
Oh, thank you!
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a
Goodbye, Gramps.
We're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What is it, Traveler? What? That captain? Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really... Oh, that Auroron, what is he up to? He sounded earnest enough, just all that stuff about protecting St. Lolly and being forced to help the Fatui. When he's... Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together. We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet... Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. Oh, please don't... What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you.
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a
And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her. Sometimes you two sound really similar, you know.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could. It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much... If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really— if any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Teyvat, will pay for her mistake. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you—
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot set. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff is— Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
I knew you to be clever enough to see. That's right. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains, and now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching. Oh.
Something? Bad news, chump! It's your granny!
See, Lolly?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must— How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really think you can avoid it?
I'm not trying to avoid—
Oh! And now you're talking back. Well,
I'm sorry, Granny.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear—
Wait, see, Lolly! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize them, so maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously— Why did you help the captain? And I want the truth that— No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me— Really? Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain? You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're—
Why is he staring?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this. Indeed. It's like going to visit a friend at his house, only to suddenly hear your friend berating a naughty Saurian.
Well, that's an oddly specific analogy.
Yes. And every time my friend scolded his Saurians, they would look at me the same way you're looking at me now. Helpless and embarrassed.
Wait, but you're the one getting your head chewed off. Stop making this about us!
Indeed. You've got a point. Then—
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me?
Sorry.
Sorry, Granny. You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how—
Who's Aoife? A delivery person?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to us, Auroron. If you're still thinking about that so-called duty, Then please.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can...
His voice. Auroron! Where?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of him?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spore?
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get...
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Little brat. That's it. The next time...
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still...
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. Oh, that brat. I swear. We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Do you two have some time? Feeling...
Oh, right. It's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax...
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
How did this become Paimonville? Sweet Lolly looks quite... Alright. It's on, so you can just sit back and enjoy, Sweet Lolly.
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks?
Are you sure?
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely doing...
Sure, that's fine with us, but...
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy... Do you see two people standing by the door?
What? Paimon?
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind is...
Do you think she's...
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see...
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit...
Wait, so you call her Granny?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny. She's one of the most famous...
Huh? Gossiping...
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over...
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to...
Sweet Lolly? Sweet Lolly?
Who's that? You got some gall calling...
Are you still with us, Sweet Lolly?
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. I mean, come on, monster?
Granny Sweet Lolly, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly! And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Oh yeah, and I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid! Yeah, you! Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Did she just fall asleep with her...
Behind this pitch-black curtain, A chapter of hatred revealed.
She's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks.
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwind?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Citlali herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else's—
Warning, warning. Red. Red, the color of danger. Huh? Traveler?
What's wrong?
I'm gonna hurl.
Hang on!
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over—
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened before.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk?
There's so much that I want to say, but...
Why not? Of course.
Please, Paimon. It's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other—
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less—
No, that wasn't my point at all! Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame! I've lived—
Actually?
Huh?
Yeah, this is as—
This is so—
It's okay, Citlali. You had every right to complain about those—
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too— It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts—
So that,
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. Take a walk with me.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything.
Well, great view, right? I love coming—
Wow, it's beautiful!
You're making me—
Oh no, what do we do? Please don't cry!
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just— embarrassed. Let's just have a casual conversation. It's easiest that—
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps things casual.
Well, I guess I used to be more of a stickler for— And you're right. I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been—
What? You're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure.
Well, you are powerful. Are they—
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that, and people stop knowing. What about you?
We don't find you scary at all.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard— not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you.
Yes, but Auroran's a special case. Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Auroran and me. Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, the reason being, his soul is incomplete. No one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some— The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroran's a possibility to turn Auroran into a vessel for lost soul. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroran would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls.
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Now you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift. Unable, the ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them... Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a... It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, the plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping it as... Everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the... He asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved?
Wait, but... It's not his fault!
He knows that. But he still feels guilty. Auroran has... Maybe he chose to work with the Fatu...
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back! You don't look so good, Sweet Lolly.
Probably drank too much. Okay. Forget. You've helped me.
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to...
Good point. Well, I'll go... Friends. I like the sound of that.
Auroran's probably back with the captain, don't you think? You mean about the backup plan? Do you really Yeah, you're right, but she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. For now, let's... go to bed.
You're already here.
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive.
Let's not bring up last night. I'm embarrassed. Anyway, I was also woken up by the commotion. Looks like all the warriors from the stadium are on the move. I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss, including the Masters of the Nightwind. I need to head back right away.
The Abyss attacked again? Are you sure you can handle it on your own?
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. The stadium could always use more manpower, so you should join the I'm done making excuses for him. He's not a child anymore. He needs to take responsibility for his actions. I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the speaker's chamber. I'll accept however they... But I should be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe first to deal... As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Shilona. Thank you. All right,
She left in a hurry. Looks like a lot of people are heading to this...
Traveler, over here! Perfect. Our star...
Oh, you're all here! But,
Just my way of saying how awesome you are. We've got a real emergency on...
Alright, but can we get a quick rundown of the situation?
The Abyss suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty, the Masters of the Nightwind, the Children of...
Yes, and the attacks are increasing in frequency.
The tribes have plenty of defenses, so they're safe for now. But I can't say... Chaska and I have been searching for survivors and treating the wounded. We just got back, but we need to head out again soon.
I plan on heading back to the Collective of Plenty, just in case my tribe needs me.
What about you, Mualani? Where are you gonna go?
I'll go help the Children of Echoes. They're the closest, so I can start fighting right away. What about you guys? We could go together. Yeah, that does sound important. No worries. Just leave the Children of... Who knows? Maybe yours truly will have the Abyss on the run by the time you're finished. That would be pretty great, actually. I hope my tribe gets through okay.
It'll be fine.
Your tribe doesn't do all that bot.
Let's part ways here for now. And most importantly...
Oh, and some of us need to avoid getting contaminated by
Koichi, do we really have to do this now?
It's alright. She's alright. Let's hurry up and talk to the Pyro Archon so we can help.
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, things are not looking good right now. People, look, I'm very interested in your recent adventures, but this is not a good time. So we'll have—
That's alright, we're also in a hurry. We're gonna go help the Children of Echoes after this.
What? So he thinks my plan is too risky. He thinks I'm being stubborn. I shouldn't underestimate the Fatui's ability to gather intelligence. The Gnosis does have that function. But I will answer you honestly, but you must help me keep this a secret. I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price. The Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net, which would surround the ley lines—
Wait, you can use souls to weave a net? But does that mean—
Yes. It means sacrificing those souls in the process. The Night Kingdom not only houses the souls of the dead, but also our memories and Even then, the net can still become corroded. If we cannot find a way to repair the damage given the enormity of the price, it's a solution I refuse to consider right now. Now it's true, both plans come at a risk, but after Natlan is unique among the nations of Teyvat. Given the ever-looming threat of the Abyss, having a contingency plan is our duty. Not just to the people of Natlan, but to all who live on this continent. Still, this has always been a well-kept secret.
Oh, one more thing? The captain said he found another way to solve—
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. But I see no reason for him to lie. Seems like our only path forward is to track him down, so he can answer that question for us. Judging by your expression, you must have doubted me, even if just for a second.
Not even a little! We would never— Wait, what are you talking about, Traveler?
Just as expected. I appreciate your sincerity. Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but know this. No matter what, our goal remains the same. We both want— So now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
You scared, Paimon. You've really got a lot of guts.
That's a good thing. Oh, and feel free to call me Mawika. It's what all my friends call me, and I like it that way. As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back soon. We'll get our answer then.
That's great! Sounds like we just have to wait a little longer.
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is attacking several locations at once, don't worry. I just need to finish coordinating our available manpower, then I'll take a small team to handle the difficult locations.
Wait, you're going to fight in person? Didn't you give—
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget, I was an experienced and powerful warrior before I ever became the Pyro Archon. No matter how you look at it, my duty is on the front lines. I just think there's strength in numbers. If the people feel emboldened, that's just a bonus. Anyway, even if we respond to these threats in time, I've considered moving my people to other nations, but given their close connection to the Night Kingdom, I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defenses and advise people against leaving their Now I just need to find the right time to disclose the true nature of the crisis to the people of Natlan.
Paimon's a little worried about how people will react.
Yes, but that won't be the only response.
Alright, we should head out. Maybe we can join up with Moani. She can't be too far ahead.
No.
Kachina, how many people?
What's the situation?
There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to—
We'll go together.
I really thought I was done for. I can't thank you enough.
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the abyss—
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the children of By the way, where's Seat Lolly?
The Masters of the Nightwind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe.
Yeah, that makes sense. The attacks are more urgent. All right, this isn't a good place to talk. Let's head back.
Looks like a few people were hurt after all.
The abyss threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out as soon as I heard the alarm, and before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that, we destroyed several pylons as— You mean the situation in the Night Kingdom, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. We've managed to keep it a secret all this time, but more and more people— It's impossible not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by this—
That just means we need to buy the Pyro Archon more time. Keep pushing, everyone. Every battle is—
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani. You always find a way to cheer people up.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
So, specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis can resolve the crisis, but it—
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon. Honestly, if he has the same information as us,
We talked to Moika before we left the stadium. According to her, the cost of the captain's plan is too high, and, well, it makes sense. If that was truly the better choice, she would have picked it.
Yeah, I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Kachina's disappearance, she was really sincere and patient with me. Plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. She's already proven how much she values even a single person's life. When it comes to Natlan's survival, there's no way she would hold back.
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have to— Life is important, but so are history and memory.
As the Archon, she can't tell us everything, but it seemed like she wasn't holding anything back this time.
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to save Natlan, how—
This is all super confusing.
We still don't have enough information. Once we figure out what the Fatui are doing, we'll have our answer.
Let's head back then. Moika said her intelligence officer should return with how many Fatui there are. Someone's bound to give something away.
Sounds good. I have a few theories of my own. With a bit more information, we just might get to the bottom.
I was just about to ask. Count me in. If I was just a bit faster, we could have prevented a few people from getting hurt. Register? Nah. I'll just follow you. You got it. I just don't want to make the— Alright. See you all later.
Oh, you betcha! Mika! Oh, Chaska and Koichi are here!
I'm fine.
They ran into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to—
The Fatui?
Calm down and let me explain. Here's what happened. Watch out. It's the Fatui.
Were they attacked by the abyss? No, wait. It looks like they're protecting a group of travelers.
You're right. That's a traveling group from Natlan. Let's keep observing for—
We're glad you're okay. given the appearance of abyss monsters all over Natlan. You should cancel your journey and seek shelter at the stadium or one of the tribes.
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return. We were out on a mission and saw you being attacked. If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say...
Oh, okay.
We're not asking you to cover up our activities. We haven't done anything illegal. Our captain simply wishes to remain undisturbed. Nonetheless, the decision remains yours. If we wanted to keep you quiet, we would have...
Got it. Did you hear that? They mentioned a captain. Isn't that who the Pyro Archon is looking for?
Exactly. We could be onto something still. There was no trade. They were just helping people in need. I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan. But based on what...
Maybe we've been wrong about the Fatui this whole time.
It's too early to say. Let's follow them and see what's really going on.
So this is where they were headed. Looks tricky. It's heavily guarded.
Koichi, wait for me here.
Oh, no you don't. How are you planning to get through?
Look, I can use this terrain to my advantage. With our tribe's special...
We still can't see anything on the inside. What if you can't find cover? You won't have anyone to watch.
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain isn't here, that intel is worth the...
Fine. You're not gonna listen to me anyway.
That's even more risky. You've been running around saving people. I'm confident I can protect myself.
I can.
You really...
Fine, don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me infiltrate... You know, growing up, even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any trouble. I'm not...
All right. If we start arguing...
Guess that means I win. Don't worry, you're not the only capable young...
All right, same plan as usual. We split up, communicate with hand signals. Make sure our blind spot got your ropes.
Yeah, let's go.
The Fatui have eyes all over this place. I should wait for Koichi's signal. Now. Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get. I need to act. Good. I made it without getting caught. I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui. Koichi should have line of sight. I'll wait for her signal. That's it. Now's my chance.
It's no use staying in one place. I should keep moving. Looks like Chaska is helping me by keeping an eye on the Fatui movements. I'll wait for her signal. Time to move. That was close. Probably can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next chance. Now's my chance. I made it! Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait! I've got it!
Huh? What's that noise? Did something explode? Oh! What the heck is that? I could ask you the same thing!
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse. They've probably the people on the hill over there left to help their comrades. Come get me, Chaska?
That's Koichi's signal. Give me your hand, quick.
Coming! I checked, and this way is completely clear. Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone usually...
I was wrong, Koichi.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it? No.
Let's focus on the task at hand. We're in the heart of enemy territory. The more time we waste, the more dangerous this...
All right. If you're not gonna take the bait, then I'll... Looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised...
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the Source Mech. The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day. And even people from Natlan don't know how to use it.
Not bad. Looks like it's in good shape. This took us long enough. Come on, let's...
Back? Back where? Should we keep following?
You really want to keep going?
Of course! We make a good team, don't you think? No reason to stop...
What was that sound?
Uh-oh. We've been spotted.
Falling rock incoming! Watch out for your gadget!
What? You'll regret...
Once we got them off our tail, we went back to observe some more. They'd collected several identical... It looked like they were waiting, though. So we decided to come back.
So, Koichi got injured trying...
She pushed herself too hard and collapsed on the way...
Well, I didn't cause you any trouble while we were fighting.
You've done very well.
I know. I'm all...
So, our current intel suggests the Fatui is after the source mechanism. The device is a complete mystery, even to us.
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a similar purpose to the Gnosis. Shilonen, I need you to gather every scholar in Natlan familiar...
I'll get right on it.
Thank you both for your hard work. Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. Oh, and I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude.
My patience. That's so nice of them.
You don't need to give us anything, Archon. We were just doing our duty for Natlan.
Well, if Koichi...
I accept. Thank you.
What am I gonna...
There's some for the rest of you as well. They're one of my favorites too, so don't be shy. I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn anything, you'll be the first...
Yummy snacks! What's next for you two?
I'm taking Koichi home, with our parents there to keep an...
Hey, it's not like I'm some kind of prisoner. I'll be fine and...
That's what you always say. Everything's no big deal. What if the Abyss attacks again?
I won't. Triple promise I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. On the off chance something like that were to happen, I might... But I'm a doctor. I have a duty to help people in need, no matter how hard or tiring the work gets. I guess you're right. but I don't have...
This reminds Paimon of when we first met. Except you were the one trying to stop Chaska from...
I do the same for anyone trying to put their life in danger. As a doctor, I don't want people to get hurt because of a rash decision.
Then try to see things from my perspective. You clearly want to protect your patients.
The two of you are the same, you know?
I disagree. I understand the risks and costs of my decisions.
Who wants to be like her? Overconfident, always making excuses when things go wrong.
That's just not true.
You think I don't have proof?
Okay, don't get into another fight. Just pretend Paimon never said anything.
Don't worry, Paimon. You didn't do anything wrong. Arguing is...
Plus, I guess we are similar in some ways. Maybe I rush into things without thinking, but I learned that from her. We're family. I can't help it if my older sister...
Okay, you don't have to put it that way.
So, you're all good now?
Neither of us are really the type to back down, so we'll always have our differences. But still...
Plus, I know you'll wake up one day and
Be my guest. Come on. Let's see you later, Traveler and Paimon. I'll be back once everything's settled at home.
There's no rush. At least grab a nice meal with your family.
Bye, you two. Take care of yourselves out there.
Those two will probably make up for real at some point. Well, we've learned a lot. Let's go over everything.
Sorry for popping up out of no...
Why do you look so awkward?
Okay, I won't beat around the bush. Oh, and I'm sorry for interrupting your rest. I'll treat you to...
Awesome! Just give us your order!
Hey, friends don't order each other around. I'm just here to share some news.
Oh yeah, you mentioned how Auroran has always wanted to save Natlan, and something about his soul being fragmented. Paimon and the Traveler discussed it after you left, and we think Auroran is probably back with the Captain.
I agree with your hypothesis. And just now, I confirmed it myself. Auroran came back. He helped the Masters of the Nightwind defend our camp.
What? He came back?
I told him to give up whatever he's doing, but he refused. He said they're just one step. Apparently, he came back to fulfill his duty to our tribe.
I'm surprised you let him go at all.
I had to prioritize my tribe. Besides, the situation was intense. I couldn't focus on outside and plus, he was on guard. He knew I would try to go after him, so... all these years of calling me Granny.
Don't say that! Your tribe all raised him together, right?
You're right. Seeing him come back reminded me of when he was little. Running around the tribe, dropping by random houses right and left. He's not only a child of the Masters of the Nightwind, but a child of Natlan. It's only natural for a child to want to do something for their family. Besides, Auroran is my apprentice. He might have a...
Wait, what are you saying?
Look. Remember how I said Auroran's soul is fragmented? This is the talisman I created to keep it stable. And this gem is what makes the talisman work. It just so happens that Auroran is due for a gem replacement. Since I can't... You guys know Aoife, right? No? Well, he's a pretty famous vet around these parts. Aoife doesn't know what's going on, so he agreed, no questions asked. He probably suspected that I tampered with it. But here's the catch. The trick is on the bag.
That's amazing. You can do something like that?
Most people can't, but I can. That trick he used to bring you to the Night Kingdom isn't anything special, by the way. My technique...
So in other words, we have a whole backup of Auroran's memories in this gem.
The kid thinks he can take me on?
That's amazing, Seat Lolly. Let's take a look right away.
Once we get to the bottom of this, we can... I know he thinks of me as his grandma.
Huh, that's a tough question. Paimon doesn't have a grandma, so she's not the best person to ask.
To be honest, I've always doubted my ability to look after him. But if I stop here, it will haunt me until I'm 500 years old. Every night I'll wake up in a fit of anger. Yeah, you're right. First anger, then tears. Oh, wait!
You're just making it worse, Traveler!
I need to look at his memory. Even if he resents me, I don't care. And I won't blame him. A family
You sure you'll be okay? We can come with you if you want.
Did you just say... you'll...
Is that okay? We have a pretty good reason to see it too, don't we? Because...
You... fine. You can come.
Don't worry, we're professional adventurers!
Then I place my trust in... Alright, time to sneak into someone else's memory and you heard it here first. I wouldn't be doing... Are you ready?
Look how good you're doing. You'll grow into nice big... And you? Aoife says you're taking up too much space, but I think you're a good tree. What do you think?
Hey! How's it going, Auroron?
Good. How are you, Uncle Okanbi?
Can't complain. What you up to? Naming your...
No, just some idle conversation.
Sounds fascinating.
They told me you were coming and that you would take some produce with you.
Ha! Only if you're offering. By the way, I ran into Aoife yesterday. He told me Chaska's fostering a Saurian at his...
No, don't worry. I'll find a way for him to make it up to me. I've already wrapped your share of the produce. Here you go.
You really knew I was coming. That's pretty amazing.
Light up the smoke and you can see the path through the shadows. That's what everyone says.
Hey, have you seen that strange group of people that just appeared out of nowhere?
Appeared out of nowhere? I don't think so.
It's the Fatui. Their leader seems like a big deal. He didn't bring many men with him, but they're all elite warriors. It seems like they're looking for someone. But I would... If you run into them, be careful.
You're from the Masters of the Nightwind, are you not? Why do you live here alone?
I enjoy living by myself out in the wild. I guess you're from the Fatui, the one everyone's calling a big deal.
Not an inaccurate description. I'm looking for someone who may be known to you. Citlali is her name.
Granny? What does an Outlander want with her? I've heard the name. You have business with her?
There's no point to further questioning if you insist on hiding things from me. I shall seek answers elsewhere.
Oh, he could tell I was lying and now he's leaving? He gave up just like that? Hey! At least tell me why you're looking for Citlali.
It's none of your concern. I have my own means of tracking her down.
Why are the Fatui looking for her? What does she have to do with them? I can't just let them go like this. I have to figure out what they're planning. I've just been studying the ley lines and asking for leads on Granny. I can definitely rule out some sort of invasion.
The situation has seen no true improvement. The Pyro Archon did not fulfill her promise.
My lord!
Ignore him. He is no threat.
He knows I'm following him, but he doesn't seem to care. He's strong, I can tell. But there's something unusual about him and also familiar in some way. I can't describe it.
What is it?
My lord, I feel dizzy.
A ley line disturbance. Certain presences have been forced to wander outside their rightful realm.
That was a spell from the Masters of the Nightwind. How did he know that? Is he sending those escaped souls back into the ley lines? How did he do that so easily? Soulfaring is supposed to be extremely difficult. This could be related to why he's searching for Granny.
I feel much better. Thank you, my lord.
Think nothing of it. Stay vigilant, and continue to gather information. The Abyss could attack at any moment. If you notice any irregularities, assume drill formation and be prepared to fight. However, there's no reason to over-engage. Information is our first priority.
Yes, sir.
Why are the Fatui fighting against the Abyss? Do they really mean us no harm? I've been following him this whole time and still they ignore me? Do they really not care? It seems like his subordinates refer to him as the captain. Never heard of him before. And now he's headed to the stadium. That's unusual. What is he gonna do?
You two, with me. Everyone else, wait here as instructed. Send word to the other teams to retreat immediately if this fails.
Yes, sir.
He's going inside? But the Pyro Archon is in there. What does he want with her?
Forgive me, my lord. Allow me to check one more time. Do you truly wish to do this?
The time for idle observation is over. It now falls on me to act. This nation is out of time.
Yes, sir.
He just walked straight into the stadium. What is he gonna do? They're both incredibly strong. How long will they have to fight until someone comes out on top? Wait, this feeling. Just like the other day near the ley lines, it's faint, like a soul's trying to escape. Where is it coming from? Is that why he's looking for Granny? If he dies here, then all clues will be lost. I can't let that happen.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. you don't have much time. And you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
No need to force yourself. I've never seen anyone match the Pyro Archon in battle before.
I didn't expect you to intervene at such a critical moment.
You know I've been following you. Why didn't you stop me?
When walking in the forest, it is only natural to encounter wild beasts. However, not every beast has the courage to come out and bite.
And yet, one of those very beasts saved your life.
Then speak. What do you want?
I didn't save you because I wanted something. My soul is more perceptive than others. I can sense that the ley lines are extremely weak. I don't know what the Pyro Archon is planning. Can she really save us? The questions you asked her just now, well, I've had very similar doubts. So I felt like I had to help you.
So, you can tell the truth. That was quite a reckless decision to make. I'm not sure you realize that.
There's no turning back for me now. What I did back there is going to get me in a lot of trouble. You attacked the Pyro Archon in broad daylight, and I used my spell to save you. A single glance was likely all it took for her to recognize my tribe. So, we're in the same boat.
Seem to care little for my thoughts on the matter.
It's too late for that. Start from the beginning. Why are you looking for Citlali? Do you know her?
Explain your relation to her first. I know you two are acquainted. It was obvious the moment I mentioned her name.
Citlali is my elder and my teacher. She taught me everything I know. It's my duty to protect her.
If you truly wish to protect her, you should have let me perish at the Pyro Archon's hand. Yet...
I want to do something to change Natlan for the better. Something I can accomplish with my own two hands. You're stranger than anyone I've ever met. But maybe, just maybe, you can show me the way.
Strange? Citlali is said to be the legendary Granny Eastli, someone capable of communicating with the Wyub, and the Wyub are the key to information on the Night Kingdom.
Why do you need knowledge on the Night Kingdom?
That is not something you need to know.
Don't forget, I saved your life.
Do you not believe the Fatui capable of betraying a debt?
People can lie, but souls cannot. I can tell there's a weight to your soul, a sense of justice.
You may not live among your tribe, but you certainly know their tricks. I apologize for my rash judgment. You are more capable than I imagined. Let's go. We'll see if you have what it takes to join my plan. I see. Interesting approach.
Worth trying, I think.
Rather than weaving a net to protect the ley lines, this method would address the root problem by reconstructing the ley lines themselves.
traveler, Paimon. Are you two alright?
Paimon's fine, just, a little dizzy.
Of course. I'm so mad at him. After everything, he still can't let go of the past. For some reason, he thinks he owes something to the people who cared for him. Stubborn, self-righteous fool. Where's that gonna get him? Now that he's all grown up, he thinks no one can tell him what to do? He thinks he can just run away whenever he wants. I'll show him. If he tries to run one more time, he's got another thing coming.
Maybe stubbornness runs in the family. Like grandmother, like grandson, as they say.
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Huh, that kid's got nothing on me. Anyway, back to what we just saw. I don't even know what to make of it.
Yeah, the captain seriously wants to reconstruct the ley lines? What does that even mean? Something like the loom of fate, maybe? But how does that help with the abyss?
The loom of fate?
Oh, it's kind of hard to explain. But anyway, if he really wants...
Which means the captain has been honest from the very beginning.
Why is he so obsessed with saving Natlan? Oh, we've got to tell Moeka about this right away.
Yes, she needs to know about this.